Ladies and gentlemen, life often presents us with uncertainty. We knock on doors, we wait, we hope, and sometimes we face rejection. It can be discouraging when things don't go as planned, when opportunities seem to slip through our fingers, and when we feel stuck between where we are and where we want to be. But I want to remind you today, God will open the right door at the right time, so don't worry. So my message to you today is simple: trust, believe, prepare, and walk with confidence. If you're waiting for an answer, if you're praying for an opportunity, hold on. The right door will open, and when it does, you will see why every delay, every closed door, and every challenge was leading you to something greater. Don't worry, God's plan is already in motion. There is a divine plan for each one of us. Just as the sun rises and sets on schedule, God's timing is never early, never late, but always right on time. Too often, we stress over the doors that remain closed. We ask, why did this opportunity pass me by? Or why am I still waiting? But instead of focusing on the doors that won't open, we must trust that the door meant for us is being prepared. Everything in life happens for a reason. And whether we realize it or not, there's a perfect timing for everything. We often find ourselves in situations where we want something immediately, but the doors don't open as expected. We knock, we push, and sometimes we try to force our way through, believing that we know what is best for us. However, when a door remains closed, it is not always rejection. It can be divine redirection. Trusting in divine timing means believing that everything is unfolding the right way, at the right moment, even if it does not align with our personal expectation. When we look at nature, we see that nothing rushes, yet everything is accomplished in its due season. The sun rises at its appointed time. The tides move according to schedule, and a seed must spend time beneath the soil before it breaks through the ground. This natural order is a reflection of how life works. There's a divine plan set in motion, and no amount of worry or impatience can accelerate it. Often, we are tempted to compare our journey with others, wondering why someone else's door opened while ours remained shut. But what we fail to see is that their timing is not our timing. Just because something is delayed does not mean it is denied. One of the greatest struggles we face as human beings is waiting. Waiting can be frustrating, especially when we believe we are ready for what we desire. We may have prepared, prayed, and positioned ourselves for an opportunity, yet it still does not come. In those moments, it is easy to feel forgotten. But the truth is, God is not ignoring us. He is working behind the scenes, aligning circumstances, shaping our character, and ensuring that when the door does open, we are truly prepared to walk through it. If we receive something before we are ready, we may not be able to handle it properly. Sometimes delays are not punishments. They are protections. Think of a child who wants to drive a car. No loving parent would hand them the keys before they have learned to drive because they know it could be dangerous. In the same way, there are things we desire that we are not yet ready to handle. What a jeeperney. God sees the full picture while we only see a small portion. He knows when the time is right, and if we trust Him, we will understand that the waiting period is just as important as the breakthrough. Trusting in divine timing also requires us to let go of control. Many times we try to take matters into our own hands, forcing things to happen before their season. This can lead to disappointment, unnecessary stress, and even failure. When we trust that everything is happening as it should, we find peace. Instead of striving in frustration, we can rest in faith, knowing that what is meant for us will never pass us by. Throughout history, many successful people have faced closed doors before stepping into their destiny. Some of the most accomplished individuals encountered rejection after rejection after rejection before finally reaching their breakthrough. If they had given up at the first sign of delay, they would never have achieved their dreams. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is often their ability to trust in the timing of life and keep moving forward even when things don't seem to go their way. Even when we don't understand why things are taking longer than expected, we must remind ourselves that divine timing is always perfect. Looking back on life, we often realize that things worked out in a way that made sense only in hindsight. The very things that seemed like disappointments were actually stepping stones leading us to something better. We must hold on to faith, believing that our story is unfolding exactly as it should. The right door will open, and when it does, we will see why every moment of waiting was necessary. Worrying cannot speed up the process. It cannot force the right door open before it's time. Instead, worry weakens our faith and blinds us to the blessings already surrounding us. God does not want us to live in fear or doubt. He wants us to have faith, to believe that what He has planned for us is far greater than anything we could arrange for ourselves. Fear and worry are natural human emotions, especially when we face uncertainty. When we don't know what the future holds, when we are waiting for answers, or when we see obstacles instead of opportunities, it is easy to let fear take control. But the truth is, fear does not bring solutions. It only creates doubt, stress, and discouragement. When we choose faith over fear, we shift our focus from what is going wrong to what is possible. Faith reminds us that even when we don't see a way, there is a higher plan at work, leading us toward the right path. Many people spend their lives consumed by worry. They worry about their jobs, their relationships, their future, and things that are beyond their control. Worry creates anxiety, drains energy, and keeps us trapped in a cycle of negativity. It convinces us that if we do not have all the answers now, we are failing. But faith teaches us that we don't need to have everything figured out. Faith is the ability to trust that even if we don't know how things will work out, God does. Faith reassures us that we are not alone in our struggles and that every challenge we face is an opportunity for growth. Fear causes hesitation. It whispers thoughts of doubt, making us question whether we are good enough or capable enough. Fear makes us overthink every decision, convincing us that failure is inevitable. But faith pushes us forward. It allows us to take steps even when we are uncertain. It helps us understand that failure is not the end, but rather a lesson leading to success. When we operate in faith, we begin to see possibilities instead of problems. We stop looking at closed doors as disappointments and start seeing them as signs pointing us in a better direction. Faith does not mean that difficulties disappear. Life will always have its struggles, and there will be moments of doubt. But faith gives us the strength to endure. It gives us the patience to keep going even when things seem impossible. Faith reminds us that every delay, every challenge, and every obstacle is shaping us for something greater. Instead of fearing the unknown, we embrace it, knowing that God is working behind the scenes. Choosing faith over fear requires action. It is not just a feeling, but a mindset. It means waking up each day with the belief that something good is coming, even when the situation looks uncertain. It means making decisions based on hope rather than worry. It means refusing to let negative thoughts control our actions. Instead of saying, "What if I fail?" faith asks, "What if this works out even better than I imagined?" Instead of worrying about the future, faith focuses on what can be done today, trusting that the right opportunities will come at the right time. When we let go of fear, we free ourselves to experience life fully. We stop playing small and start stepping into our true potential. We stop waiting for the perfect conditions and begin to take action with confidence. Fear may try to hold us back, but faith keeps us moving forward. Fear tells us to stay in our comfort zone, but faith calls us to grow, to evolve, and to trust in a greater plan. In every challenge we face, we have a choice: to be consumed by fear or to walk in faith. When we choose faith, we find peace in knowing that we are not walking alone. We begin to see that even in difficult times, there is a purpose. Fear only limits us, but faith gives us the courage to believe, to wait, and to step boldly into the future. In the waiting season, we must prepare. When we trust that God will open the right door, we don't sit idly by. We equip ourselves for the opportunity He is sending. Growth happens in the waiting. Strength is built in patience. Just like a seed must spend time underground before it blooms, our preparation determines our readiness for the blessings ahead. Patience is one of the most difficult virtues to develop, especially in a world that constantly pushes the idea that everything should happen instantly. We live in a time where we expect quick results, immediate answers, and fast success. When things take longer than we expect, frustration sets in, and we start questioning whether what we desire will ever come to pass. But just as a seed needs time to grow into a strong tree, our blessings and breakthroughs require time to develop. When we learn to trust the process, we begin to understand that every step, every delay, and every challenge is shaping us for something greater. Impatience often leads people to make decisions based on frustration rather than wisdom. When we rush into things without proper preparation, we may find ourselves in situations that are not meant for us. Many times, people settle for less than what they truly deserve simply because they do not want to wait any longer. But when something is truly meant for us, it will come in its own time. A moment too soon or too late. Trusting the process means believing that everything is aligning perfectly, even when we cannot see it yet. It is about having faith that what is unfolding is happening exactly as it should, even if it does not match our personal timeline. Growth happens in the waiting. While we may not always realize it, delays are often periods of preparation. We may think we are ready for an opportunity, but there could be lessons we still need to learn or skills we need to develop before we can handle what is coming our way. If we receive something before we are fully prepared, we might not be able to sustain it. This is why patience is so important. It allows us to grow into the person we need to be in order to fully embrace the blessings that are meant for us. Every challenge, every setback, and every waiting period is a time of refinement, helping us build resilience, wisdom, and strength. Trusting the process also means accepting that setbacks are not failures, but redirections. Sometimes we work hard for something, only to see it slip away. It is easy to feel discouraged in those moments, wondering if we are wasting our time. But in reality, every closed door is leading us closer to the right one. Many people have faced obstacles on their way to success, and if they had given up too soon, they would have never reached their true potential. Instead of seeing delays as punishments, we must see them as divine protection, guiding us away from what is not meant for us and leading us towards something even better. It is natural to feel restless while waiting, but patience teaches us to find peace in the present moment. Instead of constantly worrying about when things will fall into place, we can focus on what we can do today. Small steps forward, no matter how insignificant they may seem, are still. Each day is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to prepare for what is coming. When we trust the process, we let go of the need to control everything and allow life to unfold as it is meant to. Everything happens in divine timing. The doors that are meant to open will open when the time is right, and the opportunities that are meant for us will not pass us by. Trusting the process means surrendering the need for immediate results and embracing the journey with faith and patience. When we learn to do this, we will see that every step, every delay, and every moment of waiting was necessary to bring us to exactly where we are meant to be. And when the right door does open, we must be bold enough to step through it. Sometimes we hesitate, wondering if we're truly ready. But when God makes a way, He also gives us the ability to walk in it. No one can close a door that God has opened for you. Letting go of control is one of the hardest things to do, especially when we have dreams, goals, and expectations for our lives. We often believe that if we work hard enough, plan carefully, and push forward with determination, everything will go exactly as we imagine. But life does not always follow our plans. Unexpected challenges arise, doors close, and things do not always happen on our timeline. When we try to control every detail, we create stress, anxiety, and frustration. We hold on so tightly to what we think should happen that we fail to see what is truly meant for us. True peace comes when we surrender control and trust that the right doors will open at the right time. Many people struggle with the fear of uncertainty. Not knowing what will happen next can be unsettling, leading us to overthink and stress over things beyond our control. We analyze every possible outcome, trying to predict what will happen, and when things do not go as planned, we feel discouraged. But worrying does not change the future. It only robs us of the present. When we let go of the need to control every outcome, we free ourselves from unnecessary stress. Instead of trying to force things to happen, we learn to trust that everything is unfolding in the best possible way. Letting go does not mean giving up. It means shifting our focus from controlling every step to embracing the journey as it comes. It means understanding that not everything is within our power, and that is okay. When we release our grip on situations that are not meant for us, we create space for better opportunities. Sometimes, the things we desperately want are not what we truly need. We may think that a specific job, relationship, or goal is the best thing for us, but if it is not aligned with our true path, it will only bring frustration. Letting go allows us to move forward with an open heart, ready to receive what is truly meant for us. Truly meant for us. One of the greatest lessons in life is learning to trust divine timing. When we try to rush things, we often end up disappointed. We see others achieving success, finding opportunities, and reaching milestones. And we wonder why it is taking so long for us. But comparison only leads to frustration. Everyone's journey is different, and just because something is not happening now does not mean it will never happen. Sometimes delays are not denials. They are simply a way of preparing us for something greater. When we stop forcing things to happen and start trusting the process, we find peace in knowing that what is meant for us will never pass us by. It takes courage to surrender control, especially when we have put so much effort into achieving something. But when we hold on too tightly, we block the flow of new opportunity. Letting go allows us to see things from a new perspective. It helps us realize that setbacks are not failures, but lessons. Every challenge we face is shaping us, strengthening us, and leading us towards something better. When one door closes, it is because another, better door is about to open. Life is full of uncertainties, but that does not mean we should live in fear. When we release the need to control everything, we embrace a life of trust, peace, and freedom. Instead of worrying about the future, we focus on what we can do in the present. Instead of holding on to what is not meant for us, we open our hearts to new possibilities. When we surrender our worries and trust that the right doors will open, we find joy in the journey, knowing that everything is happening exactly as it should. In life, we often find ourselves worrying about the future, trying to control every detail and feeling frustrated when things do not go as planned. But the truth is, we are not meant to force doors open. What is meant for us will come in its perfect time. When we trust that the right doors will open, we find peace in knowing that delays are not denials, setbacks are not failures, and every challenge is shaping us for something greater. Patience allows us to grow, and letting go of control frees us from unnecessary stress. The journey may not always make sense in the moment, but everything is working together for our good. So as you move forward, trust the process, embrace the waiting, and have faith that what is meant for you will never pass you by. Let go of worry and walk with confidence, knowing that the right opportunities will come at the right time. Stay patient, stay hopeful, and never lose sight of the bigger picture. Good luck on your journey, and may you find peace in trusting that the best is yet to come. Thank you.